Hey, station, this is Houston. Are you ready for the event?
I'm ready for the event.
ACR, this is Mission Control Houston. Please call station.
Station, this is Houston ACR. How do you hear me?
I have you loud and clear. How me?
I've got you loud and clear. Please stand by for opening comments.
Hello, my name is LaShonda Reed Larry. I'm the Regional Director of the South Central Region for Jack and Jill of America Incorporated. I would like to thank NASA for giving our children this unique opportunity to engage with you on the space station. Here is our first question.
Hi, I'm Anthony from the Southwest Suburban Dallas chapter, and my question is, can you describe an experiment you are doing in space?
Anthony, that's a great question. Just today, I was working on the material science lab, and we were installing a new sample in there. It's where they're looking at different materials and learning new things about how to make materials better and stronger on Earth and for use in space. So materials are a very important thing. They can protect us from radiation, that we can make habitats out of them. We can do many different things to protect ourselves with better materials. So we're doing quite a few material science experiments here on the station.
Hello, my name is Cameron Williams and I'm from the Humble Kingwood chapter. My question is, how do you speak to your family?
You're adorable, Cameron. That's a great question. So we have many ways to chat with our family. So we actually use Teams as a way that we can chat with our family. But we also have software that medical doctors use to talk to patients, to do like telemedical checkups on people. So we can call our family, we could see them, and we could talk to them at the same time. And this is relatively new, like over maybe a year and a half, maybe almost 2 years. So it is kind of nice where we're very attached to the ground, but we are living and working in space at the same time.
Hi, my name is Harper Madison from the Red River chapter, and this is my question. How do you describe what you do to your friends?
Well, Harper, it's hard to describe what I see up here. And, I'm trying to convey to them what we do up here and what the view is like from here and what it's like floating all the time. And so one thing that I do is I talk to them on my iPad and I show them around. I give them a tour of the space station so that they can get a feel for like how we live, how we eat, how we sleep. I even give them a view out the window. But even then, it's hard to describe actually living here and then looking out the window and seeing our planet from this vantage point. It is ineffable. It's something that you cannot fully describe. But it is, I attempt and I come close to letting them know how I feel about being up here. It's wonderful up here.
Hi, my name is Sammy Pete from the Beaumont chapter. And my question is, how fast does the space station travel?
Sammy, that's a great question. We are moving at 17,500 miles per hour around the Earth. And what that means is that in a given day, we'll have 16 sunrises and sunsets. So we're constantly going around and we're coming back around and see you and see our home state maybe. And so we're moving at a pretty high, fast rate.
Hi, my name is Michael from Farmers Dallas chapter. My question for you today is, if you get scratched, do you bleed in space?
That's a wonderful question. We do have a medical doctor here, but if we do get a scratch, yes, we do bleed. It's the same way as on Earth. We just don't, the blood just doesn't fall on the floor like it does on Earth because we don't have gravity. So it'll float around, and because we have different forces like surface tension holding the water together, you get a bubble of fluid that comes out of blood if you scratch yourself. If you scratch yourself pretty badly, you'll get quite a few bubbles. But yes, you do bleed the same way you do on Earth.
Hi, my name is Kennedy from the Witness chapter, and my question is, do astronauts have to clean up in space? If so, who must do the dishes?
That's a funny question. I like that. Yes, we do have to clean in space. I mean, this is our home, so we have to keep it clean. We have ventilation systems here that capture all of the particles that's floating in the air. It could be hair, it could be other dust particles, skin, dead skin cells. And so we have to clean the vents so that we can keep the air flowing through. So every Saturday we have space station cleaning. And unfortunately, we don't have dishes because the food wouldn't sit on the dishes as it does on the ground. But what we do is we have to clean up after ourselves. And then on Saturday and Sunday, we have to clean everything, all the handrails. We have to vacuum. And we have to make sure we keep this clean for the next crew that's coming along. So no one has to do the dishes, but we all have to clean.
Hi, my name is Devin. I'm from the North Suburban Dallas chapter. My question is, do you sleep for 8 hours in space, and do you sleep in a bed?
You guys have done a little homework. We actually don't sleep in a bed. And, I do like to try to get 8 hours of sleep per night. I sleep better than I do on Earth for some reason, but maybe that's something we need to look into. But I actually sleep pretty well, and we have sleeping bags that we kind of just float in, and as we sleep, we just kind of float. And we have the sleeping bag is tethered down, so we don't float away. We don't float into another module, but we just kind of float inside our sleeping bags with no gravity acting on us. So maybe that's why I sleep better here in space, and I can get 8 hours of sleep.
Hi, my name is Sterling Washington from the South Belt Houston chapter, and my question is, what does the launch from Earth to space feel like?
I'm sorry, sweetie, can you repeat that for me one more time?
The question is, what does the launch from Earth to space feel like?
Earth to space feel like?
And your microphone is off.
Well, that's hard to describe because the launch from Earth to space is something that you feel in your bones and your muscles in your body, and then it's also emotional. So as you're taking off from Earth, the sensation is surreal because it's better than any amusement park ride you can imagine. But you're just lifting off, and then the dream becomes a reality too. So the emotion behind it as well. So you feel it all over, and it's an amazing feeling as you're lifting up off Earth, and then at some point at a given point you become weightless, and you have the weightless indicator indicating that you no longer are held by Earth's gravity. So, it's an incredible experience that I hope you get to feel one day.
I'm Dior from the Texarkana Twin City chapter, and my question is, when I go to college, what do I need to apply for to become an astronaut?
That's another good question. So when you go to college, I suggest you follow your dreams and follow your passions as to what you want to really do in life. Right now on station, we have aerospace engineers, we have fighter pilots, we have medical doctors, and we have chemists. So as you can see, we all have quite different backgrounds and experiences, but we came together and we made a crew, and you can be trained as well once you become an astronaut. You are trained to be an astronaut, trained to do spacewalks, trained to do robotics. But the education that you have gives you the background experience that you need in order to understand these things and perform well on them. So I suggest that you go to school for STEM, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and then follow your dreams on top of that. Whatever your heart's desire, follow it with everything that you have. Don't back away. Don't back down. You will you will see that as you dream big and you aim for extremely high goals, even if you don't make it to that goal, you will land somewhere pretty far along in comparison to if you never did go after that dream. So I suggest stay in STEM and follow your heart.
Hi, I'm Clark Brumfield, and I'm from the Awareness chapter. And my question is, what do you do to combat boredom while in space?
Well, it's interesting because I have not gotten bored up here in space yet. And part of that is because we're so busy up here. When we get downtime, what we end up doing is we're talking to family and friends. We're giving them tours of the space station, and we do a lot of science and other activities on board to ensure that the space station is in good condition. Like we'll have a couple of spacewalks next week in order to repair things outside the space station. So I haven't gotten bored yet, but I'll have to think of things to do when I get bored. That hasn't happened yet, though. Thanks for the question, Clark.
Hi, I'm Alaya from the Alexandria chapter, and my question is, how do you apply to be an astronaut?
Well, that's another good question. You should go onto the NASA site, should look at the requirements to become an astronaut, and then wait for the announcements to come up. The announcements are usually announced by USA Jobs, and you can go online and apply on there. But you have to make sure that you have the basic requirements that are outlined on the website in order to become an astronaut.
Hi, I'm Sierra Wilson from the Houston chapter, and this is my question. Is there day and night in outer space?
There is. There's actually a day and night. So the Earth is spinning and we are going around the Earth as well. So there are times when we don't see the sun. So it's nighttime on the station. So as I said, we're moving 17,500 miles per hour. So we have 16 sunrises and sunsets. So we constantly see the sunrise and sunset here. We can take pictures at night, take pictures in the daytime, and we have many chances to do that in a given day, given that we have 16 sunrises and sunsets. Good question, Sierra.
Hello, my name is Aiden Harrington from Greater Channel Chapter, and my question is, do you exercise in space to stay fit, and what exercises do you do?
And yes, we definitely exercise. Exercise is very important up here. It's one of the countermeasures that we use so that we maintain muscle mass and bone density. And so every day we have weightlifting, which always includes squats and some form of squats and deadlifts, and that's so that we can load the heaviest and the biggest bones in our body to ensure that we maintain density in them. And we also do some kind of cardio. We have a treadmill and a stationary bike where we spend minimum 30 minutes on in order to get our heart rate up. So we do cardiovascular exercises and we do exercises that help maintain our body mass, our muscle mass, and our bone density. Great question.
My name is Caleb Urbanica from the San Antonio chapter, and my question is, what is your favorite meal in space?
My favorite meal in space, well, it varies from time to time. But this time, at this stage in the flight, one of my favorite things is, I like peanut butter. So for breakfast or for lunch, I like to have a peanut butter on whole wheat bread, or I like to have the chicken with beans and corn, and it's like it's kind of in a tomato sauce, but it's pretty healthy and pretty delicious. So that's a great question.
My name is Jacob Sam from the Clear Lake Bay Area chapter. My question today is, how do astronauts change clothes in space?
So Jacob, you're thinking about as we float, how do we get our socks on and our pants on and things like that? Well, we do it very slowly. You can kind of hold yourself pretty stable, and you could take off your socks and put them on easily. So, but as you can see, if you push off too hard, you'll add too much force, and then you'll start spinning out of control. So you got to stabilize yourself in order to do this. And, after a while, you become very, very good at being able to hold yourself steady in space.
Hi, my name is Gavin Wilson from the Austin chapter, and my question is, what happens if you get sick in space? How do you see a doctor?
Well, on this crew, we actually happen to have a medical doctor on board, but all of us are trained to be chief medical officers to do basic contingency medicine here on the space station. We practice doing blood draws so we can draw our own blood or someone else's if we need to. So if we get sick, any one of the crew members can actually help with trying to get us back to health. And because we do have a medical doctor on board, we all defer to him for what we need to do next. And we also have a lot of training on how to do that, how to maintain health, and procedures that will help us if we have to do something more complicated.
My name is Brendan Fodno from the Baton Rouge chapter, and my question is, do your legs get tired when you walk in space?
So in space, Brandon, we don't actually use our legs as much as we use our upper body. We use our upper body. We do use our legs to hold us, like grab a handrail, but we don't really walk in space. We float everywhere. And so during spacewalks even, the crew mainly use their upper body to translate from one end of the station to the other. So we don't really use our legs like you think. We mostly float, so our legs really don't get tired unless we're exercising, doing those squats and deadlifts that we have to do every day.
Hello, I am National Vice President Sativa Leach-Bowen. Thank you so much for joining and allowing our children of Jack and Jill of America Incorporated to participate in this event. We'd like to thank NASA and all of the individuals who allowed us to make this opportunity for our children. Have a great one.
Thank you for your questions and thank you for being here.
Station, this is Houston ACR. That concludes the event.
Hey, station, this is Houston. Are you ready for the event?
I'm ready for the event.
ACR, this is Mission Control Houston. Please call station.
Station, this is Houston ACR. How do you hear me?
I have you loud and clear. How me?
I've got you loud and clear. Please stand by for opening comments.
Hello, my name is LaShonda Reed Larry. I'm the Regional Director of the South Central Region for Jack and Jill of America Incorporated. I would like to thank NASA for giving our children this unique opportunity to engage with you on the space station. Here is our first question.
Hi, I am Anthony from the Southwest Suburban Dallas chapter, and my question is, can you describe an experiment you are doing in space?
Anthony, that's a great question. Just today, I was working on the material science lab, and we were installing a new sample in there. It's where they're looking at different materials and learning new things about how to make materials better and stronger on Earth and for use in space. So materials are a very important thing. They can protect us from radiation, that we can make habitats out of them. We can do many different things to protect ourselves with better materials. So we're doing quite a few material science experiments here on the station.
Hello, my name is Cameron Williams and I'm from the Humble Kingwood chapter. My question is, how do you speak to your family?